Warning: the following video contains adult themes, violence, sexual content, drug and alcohol use, and coarse language. It is not intended for those under 18. What's up, geeks and gamers? My name is Drementfh, and welcome to Thorium Gaming. And it's time to start living on the edge again. Our trip's back into Night City. Let's have some fun, chooms. So, we got a couple of missions from our boy Jackie. Go out and meet up with the client, not buyer, client, for the heist that we're going to be pulling at Arasaka. And go get this flathead bot. But thing is, we just got access to this entire glorious map, and we're not going to be doing that right off the bat. We went to the Kabuki Market. We did a little bit of dealing with some of these. We're going to do some assaults in progress and some gigs before we get into that, because we need to level up. We got beat on the brat, we've got the pickup, and we've got the information. We got some side jobs that are going to help us out, and I got to remember what game I'm playing right now so I can use the right controls. But there's also some other things that we can run around and collect while we're doing this, especially for certain other areas. Now, the map is incredibly large, and we get a lot of detail. Things on here should be self-explanatory. These are Ripper Docs, who will install and upgrade our cyberware. Clothing merchants, so we can get our look going good. Weapon merchants, food vendors, and med points. Food does actually matter a little bit on this difficulty setting, because we are playing the game on its hardest thing. Having food gives us stamina and health regen, which will be good, because there's food and drink in this. The NCPD assaults and reported crimes and other things are all listed as NCPD. The squares are gigs, and they go towards Regina, who is down over here somewhere, if I remember correctly. Should be like right in this area. Could be wrong though. There she is. There's the fixer, Regina Jones. And we also have junk shops that we can sell off junk to. All the apartment logos, mainly weapon vendors. There are vehicle tuners and everything else. Bars where we can get a little bit tipsy and wasted. And all the other stuff. But right now, we're going to look to going north of the Kabuki area, which is right here, Kabuki Market. So we're going to head up probably into this region, deal with some of the gang goons up there. It's controlled by Maelstrom, as we can see down in the right side of the map there. Watson north side. So we're going to go out and do a little bit of running around. We do have a decent pistol in Dying Night. We've got an assault rifle. And we have a pretty awesome sword. Now the sword's going to help us out a little bit, because we are going with a blades build. And we're going to try and make it so we can do a lot with that. But for right now, let's go find some gang goons to mess up and deal with. Now, there are some tiger claws down in that market, but we're not going to be going to deal with them right now. They're not going to get in our way or anything. We just have to go and deal with other things. Now, getting too close to the NCPD is probably a bad idea. But what we should probably do is pick one of these and mark it, so we have a little bit of a waypoint system. Now there's these Maelstrom gang goons over on the corner here. We can probably do some hacking, but let's make sure that we have a little bit of cover that we can get to before we start dealing with them. We don't have any good equipment, we don't have any good armor or really solid weapons just yet, so we're gonna have to play this a little bit tactically by throwing out a couple of overheats that'll weaken these guys a bit.
It's just a time, motherfucker!
Alright, this gang goon's hiding down behind here. I feel no sympathy or anything bad for taking on Maelstrom. They are literally the worst. So let's carve him up a little bit. I don't know why that NCPD officer is trying to get involved with us here. Managed to get our netrunner skills up a little bit for taking on these guys with a couple of quick hacks. We picked up some gear from them. We don't leave enemies at our back. I don't know why this cop is all over us, but we're gonna just take off and see about getting out of the way. There's blood patches on the ground here. I wonder what that's all about. We'll deal with it once we've dealt with this cop.
Come on out. Out you come.
I don't know why our wanted level is up, but it's a thing that happened. Oh look, we got an Arasaka Gangoon. Be able to pick this up. Take the katana. It's still there. Just random blood spatters leading over to dead bodies. And we of course don't have any of our good cyberware yet, so just have to deal with it as we come along. We do have some iconic weapons and stuff now, though, so we can level them up as we go and get some decent usage out of them. Overall, our Dying Knight and our Black Unicorn are going to be decent. This D5 Copperhead, it's probably not going to stick around too long, especially once we get access to better weapons, but everything that we can do in the meantime to level up our skills is going to be good. Now, there's another bunch of Maelstrom gangbangers up there. So let's just deal with them as best we can. Again, we're going to try and soften them up with some quick hacks before we get involved in anything. There's a Bartmoss Collective reality check for us. I'm wondering why the NCPD is all over us. Usually they don't mess with us if we get involved with the gangs, but looks like we're going to have to play this a little bit weird. I'm doing good right now, cops. I'm just trying to tail some gang goons. Definitely got the sound issue fixed from last week, now that our settings are all good. You can hear the music in the background, but it's not overwhelming. Looks like the gangoons are actually fighting the cops, which is good for us.
You know that.
So we can sit up here. Gain some points for our hacking skills. One of them down there has a smart weapon. Toss some overheats on them. Quick hacks are a good way in the early part to do non-lethal damage to people, and that's a grenade. Get over to the level of this roof. We are not messing around with the gang goons. We are. Always wise to keep a little bit of ammo in your gun. Picking up some food and some other stuff. I know it seems like it's going to go a little slow and we're just being some punk in the city for right now, but it is worth it overall. Especially once we get into more appropriate areas. This is a good way to pick up some eddies, some ammo, and some other stuff early in the game. Well, early in our career, I should say. Gotta get back into the whole mindset that we are V right now. Another set of gangoons up here. Just picking random fights early in the game or early in our career is good. I just said I was going to be better about that. But if we can pick fights with some gangoons, some comp right there.
No, don't cry. Got this, doll. Sure.
Well, that's a Mox. Now, for everybody out there who's so inclined, excuse me, these ladies right here, we don't mess with. Mox are good people. We are on Team Mox. Looks like the goons are in there. Ah, there they are. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna score some points for our quick hacking skills.
We'll make this harder for you. Here she goes.
And just like that, we'll wipe them out. And we just got a cyberware capacity shard. Now that is a big deal this early in our life, because that gives us access to more cyberware as we're leveling up. Means we can go and get our subdermal armor and everything upgraded and not have to worry about it as much, because armor is great. There are certain pieces of clothing and equipment that will give us bonus stats as we go along, but for the most part, we gotta rely on our cyberware upgrades to give us our armor and skills and stats, which I think was a great change. Means that it comes down to fashion core for the rest of it. Now, let's just double check if we picked up anything that's better than this D5. Doesn't really look like it. I would love to use some submachine guns, but problem is they use our pistol ammunition, and we don't want that. What we can do is we can put a scope on this bad boy to give us a little bit more zoom, a little bit more range. It does hurt our aim down sights time, but that's not going to matter that much overall. And we don't have a muzzle for our pistol right now, which is kind of sad. But I do like these red dot scopes, so I'm doing that. Just like everything else that we've done, we're going to find a nice place where we have some cover. Start of this is always the same. Get into position. Nail some gang goons. Might be able to eliminate a couple of these stealthily. Which will help our ninjutsu skill. That's generally how you level things up, is by using the actual skills they're applied to. I don't think that we're going to waste time on that. We're just going to fight this out as best we can for right now. Definitely gotta get some of the cyberware that automatically uses our health items. Alright, we're looking good so far.
We're coming for you.
Now you can eat some pineapple. Alright, so we got Headhunter. And straight up, I am not leaving any of these guys to come back to bite us in the ass. It's kind of a waste of an ammo to cap them, but whatever. And we just picked up a little favor, just a shard. There we go. Dwayne's party tomorrow. Talking about scoring some of the new drugs that are out on the street, so you know, each their own, but we're not going to do that. Now here's a little hint for everybody who's wanting to be a little bit sneaky in their careers. This will level up your ninjutsu skill, or your headhunter, I guess. One of your skills. It will level it up just by putting the bodies in containers after you're done. It's a great way to level up your stealth and everything while you're still getting sorted early in your career. Because stealthing can be hard unless you get certain upgrades early on that give you bonuses to it. Now, the light on here has gone red, means it's completely full. We can't fit any more in it. With these guys are all banged up. Shotgun ammo, some eddies. And we got a booster, a precision rifle, another rifle, and a shard. But talking about how they want to do some stuff. Not really into that. We're going to be reading every shard just because some of them unlock quests and side gigs and all that sort of stuff. But for right now, not a major priority. We're focusing on the main life goals here. Let's pop in. Do we have any weapons right now that are better on damage? Because I know we picked up a rifle. We have a precision rifle. Attack speed goes way down, but the damage is way up. I mean, automatic rifle versus semi-automatic rifle. Slower reload speed, better range. It's not a sniper rifle, and it can only equip a scope. I think we're going to hang on to our copperhead for right now. But they do work the same. Alright, so a skull level enemy over here means that they're technically too high of a level for us. Should probably go in and see. We haven't leveled up yet. Check our stats. We are 67% of the way to the next level. So, assuming we can do this properly, we can just move in position, hit them with some quick hacks, and then grenade their feet. Alright, so he's a Maelstrom Zealot. So we hit him with an overheat. And we just torch that civilian. Oh, he is quick.
Get the fuck off me!
Alright, so we're gonna have to lay low for a second to ditch the cops. Alright, so we just picked up a tech weapon, the first one we got. They charge up and shoot. We'll be using some of them later on. A very specific variant of some of them, in fact. Because, it's great for dealing with cyber psychos. There's a cop over there. We're just gonna wait till the heat dies down. And we can keep pressing on. Let's take a quick sec to see what the next nearest gig is. There's an assault in progress over here. There's a side gig. I kind of want to work up this way because I want to get down and see if there's some clothes and stuff here. So let's... One of these is the really tough one that's got the organized crime right here. So these organized crime ones usually have a boss level enemy in them who drops either a pattern or some special stuff depending on what you do. The patterns are of course used to craft iconic weaponry. And around him there is a hidden little item that is a piece of clothing that yeah, it's pretty decent. But we'll worry about that in a bit here. Speaking of clothing, do we pick up anything neat? And we got Nokia set. So here's one of the ones that will give us an actual bonus if we put it on. It won't show up on our face because we have an outfit on, but this gives us a little bit more weapon zoom, which is great. Don't have anything for our head, don't have any outer torso yet. We do have some pants, but we're going to deal with those afterwards. We're kind of set up as we need to be right now. Just need the cops to go away. There we go. Now we can keep pressing on. We don't have much in the way of eddies or in the way of gear just yet, but that'll all come to a head later. Now this fast travel point right here is going to be massively important as we go along. And so will this little area here, because this is one of the apartments that we can buy. There's also a couple of missions that are done out of there. So, well, I theorize anyway. I shouldn't get too ahead of myself talking like I know exactly what's going to go down in Night City, but I've seen the listing for apartments for rent over there. Did it when we first got into our apartment in H10. So let's go see what's over here. Get into the mindset of us being fresh into Night City, or fresh back anyway. Go up there. It's telling us that we still got to run this way. It's split at the corner. So we'll just take that and we'll slide around. And if we come into contact with any gang goons in the meantime, we'll just ice them and call it done. Now we're in Little China. This is one of the mega buildings.
The game is more stressful than life itself.
let's just pop in here. It looks like we're gonna have a chance to sneak up on one of these gang goons. And we're not gonna mess around. Is there someplace we can stash this body so that's out of line of sight so we don't have to deal with anything? Being stealthy, not exactly our forte right now. But we don't want to have to... That's okay. Like any major game, there's lots of bugs. I love the auto-translate because I love hearing the Japanese language. Some civilians down there that we don't want to cap. This big guy right here. Let's get out of sight here. Gangoon up top. This might be a bad idea, but we're gonna do it anyway. Oh yeah, it was a bad idea. We're out of health items and we're low on health, so we gotta just kind of shuffle around the corners here. Alright, we're getting hacked by someone up top there, so... Weapon malfunction. Alright, because he's aware of us, it costs more to hack him. Okay, he's down. So let's get our guns both reloaded, and then we can possibly deal with anyone else that's around the corner here. Now, total system collapse is an absolute no-no. You see that come up, you've got to stop that quick upload. It's basically, they kill you, and there's nothing you can do about it. There's too many of them to run in and just start slashing with the sword. Oh, that was a flashbang. We almost got this front one dead, though. Definitely, we're going to try some stealth. We got to be a little bit better about it later on. Alright, so we dealt with those ones. Still getting hurt from that hacker. Got to deal with the net runners. Should be slightly easier to deal with now. got hit by a toxic grenade. Alright, this is where something with a little bit of range is going to come in handy. Our pistol is not so good over long distances. I don't think we got her. Need her to stick her head out. Then we can deal with everything down here. Let's be a little bit gutsy. And that's that taken care of. A couple of hack components off the Netrunner. Start grabbing things here. Where'd that big boy go? We didn't have a chance to loot him yet. And a money shard and a skill shard for the solo skill, which is going to help us out. So a lot of the stuff we're going to be doing is going to be basically off of that skill. Shinobi, which is good. This was the objective of everything so far. So we got an alert. Tiger Claw, stuff about Tiger Claws. We got a Joao, which is smart shotgun, but we're not going to be using smart weaponry too much. It requires a special implant for your hand to do that. These little guys can hold 2 baddies in them before they're full. This will probably be the disturbing part right here, because we're picking up, well, a torso with an arm attached to it. It's Night City. Everything is bought and sold, including the human body. So, we're just going to have to sit back and deal with that. We'll head down here and start collecting all the little pieces off of these guys. Ah, you're the one that was causing us so many problems. Get an archive conversation on you. Just take your arm off and call you done. Grab some eddies and some ammunition. Now we're out here. Let's get an actual gig done for the week. But before we go on to that, all these are doing the same. Now, smart shotgun technically is better than ours. Oh, I don't want to slow us down by going to the rifle, which I'd love to do, but can't. Wow, these things are actually better than our sword is right now. What we're going to do is we're going to hold on to this Carnage, because it's power shotgun. I think it's the best one that we have right now. Yeah, to keep the red one anyway. And we're just going to disassemble the rest of the stuff by using Z. We're going to get ourselves a bunch of crafting components from it. This is leveling up our tech skill as well. We're just going to disassemble these. And if we actually go to our backpack, we can access all of the clothing options at the same time, so we don't have to worry about it. Tons of extra stats and items, and our junk. We can just scrap all this as well. So that's actually crafting components. And then, if we go into our crafting menu, we might be able to upgrade our sword and our pistol. Now, these are not what we're keeping for the entirety of our career here in Night City, but upgrading their damage right now is going to help us out a little bit. And let's actually see, can we get a better scope for this? Yes, we can get a handyman. So this gives us additional zoom and 10% range. This one was 5% range and 2%, so yeah, it's a much better scope. And I tend to like it because, yeah, pop-up circular scopes are not the greatest in the world. So let's go deal with this gig, and then I think that's what we'll call it for this week. But I want to get an actual job in before we're done. Mostly just stretching our legs here in Night City.
V, got a simple gig. There's a van sitting at a Revere Courier Services facility. You're gonna break in, clep it. If you want to know what's in the ride, check the attachment.
Alright, so gig type thievery. Steal a Revere Courier Services van located at the place. This is going to be your usual gig. You're going to go into the Revere Courier Services facility in Northside and steal a mini bus full of leather jackets. Don't worry, I was also scratching my head at first, but the job itself couldn't be simpler. Someone's smuggling synth leather combat jackets into NC to get around the corporate embargo. The leather is imported in the form of jackets, which is then distributed to underground ripper docs that use them for their implants, which are then sold at competitive prices. Quite a supply chain, right? My client tracked down the shipment but can't take care of it on her own. You're her replacement. Just remember that the RCS can't roll until it validates the driver's identity. Oh, and did I mention that the RCS warehouse is controlled by the Tiger Claws? Of course you didn't, Regina. No? Well, I'm telling you now. They use it for laundering cash, so don't be surprised if they see you prowling around. Alright, so we're going to deal with that. And we're going to jump in and do this. Well, conveniently, we've come over to what looks like a back entrance for this place. So, let's see what we can do. Ooh, there's a camera up there. So we're just going to turn that off. Is there a way to distract him is the question. Looks like we can use that lamp. We want to get in position to grab him. So, let's distract some enemies with it.
Huh?
There's spotted by his buddy, but we managed to sneak up on one of them. So we're going to use this little corner to our advantage. Ooh, that's a grenade. Probably didn't need to use that health item right away.
That's fucking disgraceful!
Let's get out of here and try to heal up. So hopefully they won't follow us over the fence. Might try to follow us around the fence. I don't like that our grenades take so long to recharge. Alright, come back into scope. One of them has a smart gun, so let's not get too cocky up here. Toss an overheat on you.
I'll fuck you up, cunt!
Okay, that grenade didn't do as much for him as he thought it was going to. It's a good thing we're not going for a stealth playthrough, because we would already be being terrible at it.
From behind.
I love the fact that you can't drop grenades at enemies' feet.
What you got?
Is there just one left? Looks like there's two left. So let's grab some of these Gangoon stuff over here.
Not like this!
Eat grenade, motherfucker!
If you want us to eat grenades, you can eat a sword. Alright, not exactly clean, not exactly good, but we're still early in our career, so fuck it, we're just gonna roll with it. I'm tired of these damn cameras. Our face is appearing as a blur, but we're not gonna deal with that shit right now. So let's just toss some bodies into some bins. Get our shinobi skill up. Let's go back and loot everybody to make sure that we're getting all that we can get out of this. We got an access card. I would feel bad for these workers, but let's face it, they're working with the fucking tiger claws. They can get fucked. Now, something to note here. I'm not saying this for any particular reason. Notice expiration. This shard is very important for anyone who's wanting to go through Night City. Pick it up and make sure you keep it on you, because it'll come into play later on.
Formerly designed as an oasis of luxury, has become a den for violent gaming.
Looks like there's a hack point down below. There's glitter in Dogtown. Grab all these, validation. Oops, wrong key. I know I don't have to shoot out the cameras, but whatever. And while we have the chance, we are going to plug in and hack these things. So this is where I was saying that everything would come in. We have 4 slots. So if we do BD, 1C, 5, we'll get the top and the bottom one. But we won't be able to get all 3. So let's do that, and we'll get 2 out of 3. When we upgrade our computer later on, we'll be able to do stuff with it. Let's authorize ourselves to use the van, as we were told that we were going to have to get authorization for it. That's the van down there. Let's turn off the cameras while we have a sec. Is there anything else up here that we want? Some guns and other things on the shelves. Again, it's the start of any career in anything that we do, so we're grabbing fucking everything. It doesn't make sense to leave any equipment or gear behind. We're gonna pop back in here and we're gonna hit this terminal as well. We're up to almost 9,000 eddies, which seems like it would be a lot, but it really, really isn't. So this BD55, get to a 1C from that. BD there. So we can go 55, 1C, which will clear that one, give us a second 1Cs. So this will probably be the best that we can do. It's all about getting the most that we can. Leveling up our Netrunner skills right now. It's gone up to level 4. Alright, so we've scanned everything that we possibly can in here. Let's pop over and grab ourselves the van. We do have one more Tiger Claw out here, though, at least. So before we go anywhere, we're going to deal with that Chunga. Shut that camera off before it alerts his Gangoon. Hopefully he doesn't have a patrol route. She? Whatever. Looks like a dude for right now. But I'm never one to assume. Let's just kill this motherfucker and move on from there. And you'll be worth some extra skill points for us. just gained a level, which is going to help us out as well. Toss you in there. We're going to deal with getting the van out of here first, and then we'll deal with our cyberware upgrades. I think that's how I'll refer to our levels. Alright, let's jet Delta out of here.
I'm hit! Think I'm hit!
Alright, so Yangoon wanted to hop on their bike.
Something ain't right.
Oh, this is not good.
All units in the area. Disorderly conduct reported in Watson.
331 responding.
We gotta
On
get
my
this
way
van
to
out of
Fed,
here.
But only because I like you.
So now we got the cops on us and the Gangoons. I know, that's basically saying
Suspect's
Gangoons
vehicle
twice.
has been located. Details have been sent.
Hopefully we can get this out of here without destroying this damn van. Or getting killed. So they won't let us drop this off until we lose this tail. So let's head this way and try to get out of line of sight of these guys. This much cop response for 1 star seems a little bit excessive. This van is getting torqued, so we need to get out of line of sight here. Slide down here, and we'll hide out near where the drop-off is. That should help us lose all of the people pursuing us.
Code 0. I repeat, Code 0 in this area. All units resume normal duties.
We'll drop off the van. We'll get the hell out of it, and
Van received. Textbook example of a job well done, don't you think? A++. Contract closed.
alright, so we got some more street cred off of that, but let's go in and go to our character screen for a second here. We can actually jump up to our 2nd level of technical, which is what we were hoping for. So if we get 9 in technical skill, we need to get one of these bad boys here. And one more in there afterwards will allow us to open up Lucky Day and get more loot from crafting. But before we call it a week, we did roll into this area, and there was some Maelstrom Gangoons up over here. I'm just gonna pay them a visit and deal with them. Okay, apparently we can't climb up on that truck. Same thing that we always do, but this time there's no civvies up there. They got a melee user, so let's draw them out away from their fire support. Come and get me. Come on. That's a grenade.
Delivery.
Alright, so let's deal with this Gangoon. Once it's just down to one of them, we'll charge over with our sword and really deal with them. We don't have the cyberware to really make blades work out well for us right now. And we're focusing on our secondary stats for the start of this. Alright, bam, bam, bam. Thank you. Bam. Dealt with all the Gangoons. One of them had something green on him, though. Money shard, which, you know, we'll take it. It's early enough in our career that we need the eddies. That was a copperhead that he had on him. Wonder if it's better than the one we got. We'll check before we call it. So here's a health booster. 10% max health for a while. And a razor. Grab the stuff off of here. Loot all this. Alright, let's do a quick check of our guns. The terrestrial we picked up is better. No, the copperheads aren't. Picked up a lot of melee weapons. 7.5, 7.5. Yeah, same there. 5% range. Yeah, it looks like it's the same across the board, so it's always worth coming in and checking these out. But I think that's where we're going to call our trip into Night City for this week. If you liked the video, please consider hitting that like button. If you'd like to join up with the 232, join me in this or other Let's Plays, just hit that subscribe button. Make sure you turn your notifications on so you don't miss when a new video comes out. And do leave a comment down below so I know who wants to get involved in all the insanity. Might do just shout-outs to people in this series because we're living on the edge. And remember, life is a game, so play to win. And until next time, take care.